What are some of the success habits do you have?
Right. So, well, one of them is clearly to be healthy, like both physically and mentally. I mean, we talk a lot about CrossFit, but CrossFit plays an important part of my life because it keeps me healthy physically. Mentally, also, it helps me like clear my brain. Uh, and I've started meditation, for example. I've been looking at it for a long time, and I'm like, okay, I need to do it. So that is really what the habit I want to build, like keeping myself healthy. And this is a strong recommendation that I have for any entrepreneurs out there. If you take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, who will? And how can you take care of yourself and your company? Sorry, how can you take care of your company and your family if you don't take care of yourself first?
Hmm.
I think the second habit that I've developed is discipline. I'm someone who is very disciplined, and that has helped me a lot when I went through that COVID stressful moment last year that I talked about earlier on. You know, being disciplined in, for example, building routines, getting up in the morning early, going to the gym, even though sometimes I don't want to go to the gym, but I know how I'm going to feel after. You know, eating healthy, sleeping. So that discipline, getting things done. The discipline of getting things done, like one step after another step, instead of being like making a giant step. Just go like one small step after another step until you reach your destination. But that is important to move forward and do, not just to move forward for the sake of moving forward. And maybe I would say, I don't know. Um, yeah, I would say learning. Learning is, well, I talked about it earlier on. I think learning is another habit that I've developed over time.
Mhm.
I'm, as I mentioned, I'm an avid reader. I like books or newsletters, blogs. I also watch TED Talks. I listen to podcasts. It's really, I've always, if I don't understand something, I'm gonna make the effort of learning about it, not to the point that I become an expert, but just to understand, just to extend the global context, maybe. And because also it makes me a better person, it makes me smarter. If I'm smarter, I can advise my clients better, but I also feel that it's good for myself. Because if you're not learning, you made a mistake, you fail, you make a mistake, then what? You're going to continue failing and make the same mistake again and again and again. What's the point? Just learn from your mistake, move forward, improve. It's about that self development that we were talking about. It's really important for me.